prop shot. I really hate doing that. We should stop doing that. Let's cut out the clapping. I think 2020. No more of the this intro. It's pretty terrible. Not in love. We have our helmets. Looks pretty cool. We got our body armor. Looks pretty cool. And then we're gonna finish up the body armor. So it's mostly done. We got all the parts are glued to it. And look, we're actually gonna put the helmet up here. We don't need that. I just wanted it to be there because it looks real. It looks real neat. What can I say? I really hate that these are different links. It's killing me right now. All right, cool. We finally figured out how to make body armor that fit us after staring a hole in it, for a day and a half. Looks good. Looks neat. What are we gonna do? No doubt you can sort of notice there's a line here. I cut a very, very not deep. Very not deep. Goodness gracious. I'm very tired. Very tired. Shallow. That's what not deep is. Shallow. I cut a shallow line here. We're going to use heat to bring it out. We're doing this based off of the classic Doom Guy armor in Doom Eternal. So the skin in Doom Eternal that is based off the classic Doom Guy armor. So this is not the classic Doom Guy armor. It's the classic Doom Guy armor as represented in Doom Eternal, which is whatever. It fits better. It has better human proportions. It has better images to base our construction off of, because it's not just one piece of artwork that looks kind of flat. Instead, it is whatever. It's like it's a 3D model. It's a 3D model with a front and back scan, which is huge. If you know cosplaying anything at all, a front and back scan 3D model is so awesome. So yeah, we got most of it pretty much done. We're gonna go ahead and look, and we're gonna add some of that sweet battle damage that is just gonna be so cool. We're also gonna go ahead and put the shoulder bells on. I don't actually know if they're called shoulder bells, but basically, look this guy there. Shoulders just kind of go like that. Pretty simple, pretty easy. So yeah, so the Doom Guy armor, we're going to go ahead and use a Sharpie for visual representation to remind me between looking at the reference image to looking at this. The armor has a couple of bullet-like holes in it that kind of glance off of it. So there's one here in the pack. We're just going to kind of like make it to the rough size we want it to be. And then there's one about, let's say that far away. That's like a lot bigger. I don't think that much bigger. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That looks better. All right. And then on the other side, there's a triple shot of holes here and then a hole right here. So there's actually a lot of space here. So this hole is first hole. We're actually going to build it more. I need to measure out where these lines go actually a little bit more, so that way I can tell if I'm tracing over them or under them. It's a little difficult to see right now. Howdy, what's up, Tony? How's it hanging? How's it going? So let's put that in the middle, and let's make sure we don't cover that. So basically, that's our line. So we want everything to stay outside of that line, pretty much. Those are our marks. Cool. That's it's fairly simple to remember, I think. I think that's pretty easy. Should be able to do that. I don't know. Yeah. Let's go ahead and add the rest of the reference marks for battle damage. So now that we know that this is where that is, we know that this top hole is above this line, but also, based off this reference, the pattern itself has these kind of all in the middle, but they're actually a lot lower on the reference image. They're all like, it has them here, meeting at about this line, where they're straight across, and there's a third one. But really, all three of them are more toward the bottom, and they're more scrunched up on the reference image. let's see, how do we want to edit that for us, for it to be a little bit better looking? This is still fine. Like that works totally. We need to add a thing here. There's like a little thing there on the neck. Well, either way, it can't be within this line. So that doesn't really matter. It's supposed to be over top of it like that. So let's see. This is the top. This is the bottom. Let's see. How do I want to do this here? So let's make this one more closer to that side. More closer. Goodness gracious. This is how these go on this side. They'll go about like that. So basically, it'll be something like this. Boom. So that means that one is going to be about right here. Boom. That's about the size it should be, which means the other one is a little bit a ways from it, and it's going to be about right there. It's a little bit bigger. And the third one, we're going to make a weird triangle here. It's going to be about right there. It's not the biggest one, so this should actually be a smaller circle. This is the bigger one. Make it a bigger circle. Oh, that's about right. Oh, we still have this bottom one here down here to make. Let's make it look like that, shall we? All right, cool. So I think we have our battle damage holes that we're ready to start cutting out. And we're just gonna go for it. I think it's kind of like a Go-Gurt. You just kind of don't think too much about it. So let's go for it. Yeah. Should we sharpen this knife? Nah. And here's why. Because it's battle damage. It doesn't need to be a clean line. That's my excuse to not sharpen the knife on camera. Oh yeah, the carpet still got contact cement in it. I did try to find a solvent at Ace Hardware today. Popped it out. I didn't find anything that was like had the same like chemical ingredients as contact cement. There were a few glue removers that were like these huge spray bottles for like 15 to like $10. I was like, I could try a glue remover, you know, maybe just like go for it. But I also didn't want to spend like 10, 15 bucks on it. But I think we're gonna go check Menards sometime. Next time we're in Menards. And then we're gonna see if they have anything. If they don't have anything as good as the glue remover stuff, we're gonna buy the glue remover, spray it up, see how it goes. I want this hole to look a little deeper. I mean, I think that's a pretty cool little impact there, but I want it to be deeper. We should sharpen the knife. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So yeah, no, carpet's not. We're not in a great spot right now. It's right in the middle of the room too, because like where this table is against one wall, and then I kind of spilt it over here under my chair where my chair is. It got totally on the old folding chair I was sitting on. That was terrible. So I just grabbed a new one. I'm lucky I have like 4 folding chairs, but yeah, no, it's not good. Not thriving, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. It's kind of like this carpet's gonna really hate me. I have a plastic bucket that I put things in under my table where I store some of the, I call them power equipment, which is just the ones that I have to plug into an outlet. I guess those are called power tools, aren't they? Anyways, they're sort of power tools, sort of not really. And I put my heat gun back in this plastic bucket, but it was still hot, and it melted the bottom of the plastic bucket to the carpet, which is great. Oh, for this bad boy, it's on their website. You just buy the hoodie. I do buy a lot of Flex Seal though. It's pretty cool stuff. But yeah, just go to their website. I have matching joggers and a hat signed by Phil Swift. They're not doing the signing thing anymore. But yeah, just go to the Flex Seal website, look under merchandise. I think they're having a sale right now. I don't think it's a good sale, but I think they're having a sale. Last I checked, anyways. Yeah, you just buy it. You just buy it. But it's on their website. No one ever thinks to buy Flex Seal at their website. Like, why would you? You can just buy it at your local wherever store. And now we're going to go around the edge. I think this blade, I've been using this knife the entirety of this project and then for however long before it. I think it's done. I think we're beyond the resharpening it stages. It's just bad. It's terrible. It's gross. I'm a dork. I'm a dork because I buy a Flex Seal hoodie. Okay, look in the mirror, Jake. See the the real dork is. I mean it all in jest. I mean it all in jest. I think that looks pretty cool. You guys can't really tell, but I think it looks neat. And then like when we spray paint this whole thing green, but then we make this little bit like black in the middle and then silver, it's really gonna bring out like the cut, messed up metal edges part. It's gonna look pretty neat, I think. So I'm gonna cut a straight up. Do I want to waste that on this hole or want to do it in a different one? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that looks neat, man. It doesn't have to be clean. It's a battle damaged hole. Like, who cares? I care. I want it to look nice, but all right. Now let's see how this second hole is gonna look here. I'm probably all gonna make them all the same, quite literally, but yeah. Just gotta check that reference image. I think this knife is shot. I really think that blade is pretty shot, not gonna lie. Hate to do it, but I think we're gonna have to call this guy because it is bad. I think the tip's gone. I don't think I can sharpen it anymore. It's bowed out in the middle from where the top part meets the foam. And I mean, I have about 1 million X-Acto knife blades. There's no reason for me to keep trying to squeeze all I can out of one. Yes, there is. Dropped them. It's just probably not healthy. Anyways. Cutting stuff. Fun. Oh, these aren't the same for this knife. Will they work for it? I think so. It tightens like any other X-Acto knife. Yeah, they'll work for it. Cool. I'm gonna notice an instant difference. I'm gonna be like, why didn't I do that earlier? Yeah, oh, that is so smooth. That is so nice. So the circle is gonna kind of be an ovally shaped. So yeah, what's everybody else working on? What's everybody else doing? If you're not too busy being like adults, I guess. Some of us aren't. I guess I am an adult. Not really. Can I say I'm an adult? Not really at 21. Am I allowed to do that anymore? This is the Doom Guy armor. This is it. This is the original Doom Guy armor. So I'm doing my level. Which is what I think this is. I also just like the look of the OG Doom Guy probably more than the Praetor suit, however you say it, and the Eternal suit. This is simple. It's going to be comfortable because it's just this. It's crop top armor. Like this ends well below my sternum, slightly above my sternum, not well below. It's not very tight to wear. I get to wear a t-shirt under it as like per literally what he wears. And then I wear a helmet. The helmet's going to be miserable, sure, but it's a big helmet, so it's fine. So it's just the Doom Guy armor. I want to cosplay the Doom Guy really badly. I bought 2016 about a year ago, played through it a bunch of times. Now I finally got Eternal, and I'm on that Doom hype. So yeah, this is the Doom Guy armor as the classic Doom Guy armor from Doom Eternal. So there's a skin in Doom Eternal that is the Doom Guy armor. That's what this is based off of. It's not based off of the first Doom Guy armor, which looks blah, 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 blah. Different, flat. There's no reference pictures for it besides the box art. This one has full 3D models, front and back, et cetera, et cetera. That's what we're doing. We're working on that. I'm not gonna lie. We've been cutting. I've been running every day. I've been like lowering the carb intake. But it's hard. I haven't seen them in a good year. It's been a while. I know they're there. I've seen them before. But before whatever convention I wear this at, I'm going to have to go crazy diet mode, no cheat days for a month, 2 months. You know, gym every day. I normally do that. That's fine. But yeah, I am worried about the abs. You're not wrong. That's the hardest part of this costume is going to be the ab window. That's tough. It's going to be tough, and I don't want to like have to wear the t-shirt that's not ripped that has the ab window. I want to do it. I want to do it justice, but like also if they don't look good by SuperCon, NebraskaCon, whenever conventions start existing again, and whatever convention I debut this guy at, there might be no ab window, and that's gonna be. I'm gonna feel so much shame. If you can tell the trepidation in my voice, I'm so worried. I'm so worried that it won't work. But I've seen it before. I know they're there. You know, quarantine, maybe not eating the healthiest. That's okay. I got a couple of months to rebound from this. This knife isn't sharp, and I swear we just did like a few cuts, and this knife isn't sharp. Wow. Do I have two blades stuck together? This is one blade. This is really not cutting well. Jeez. That's an easy angle to cut, man. That shouldn't be. I hate to sharpen it. Barely 2 passes in. That is not. So yeah, that's where we're at in life. I'm not like really good at the makeup part of cosplay. I've been getting better. I've been doing more fabric stuff. I've been doing more makeup. I'm doing more of the less manly stuff. Not really. I think being accurate to cosplay, it doesn't have to be manly. Like, what's manly? Cutting foam? Yeah, that's so manly. It's an art and craft thing, dude. So like sewing and stuff, I've been trying to get into the makeup only because JoJo characters have that weird look. Have I been getting into makeup? I don't know totally about like face contour stuff. This knife is not cutting. What is up with this knife? But like, yeah, I'll try it. I might have to do if you ever seen the Meet the Spartans, the 300 spoof that came out like in 2008 or whatever. They're like spray painting abs on a guy. That's what we might have to do. Push comes to shove and we're not show ready. That's what we'll do if we have to. I won't be proud to do it, but we'll do it. I'll also like have to get a tan because number one, I don't tan. I'm very white. Number two, I don't go anywhere shirtless. Like I don't go to the beach. So I'm gonna have to like get a tan somehow. So that way there's not like an ab window and it's like blaze white and people are blinded by Doom Guy's abs in a not cool blinded by my abs sort of way. You know what I'm saying? They can't be like, hey, what's the situation? It's like, the situation is freaking liquid paper. That's the situation. Office, like pen eraser. Like, ugh, it's gonna look terrible. These look neat. I think they look really cool. You can't really tell, but they look like bullet holes or like that bullet's shot there and ricocheted off sort of thing. They look like punctures. Not really punctures. I don't know what to say. They look good. They look cool. They look like damage. This knife is causing me some problems. I'm mad. All right. Let's see. I wonder how many times I'm going to have to sharpen this knife. That was fine. Like I know at the beginning I said like, yeah, that doesn't have to be that sharp. but now it's just a pain to work with if it's not sharp. That's the real problem. Oh, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Womp, womp, womp. That looks fine. That looks pretty good. Yeah. I want to lift this little bit out, but it's not. It's not wanting to. Man, Doom Eternal though, great game. Anyone that's PS4 or whatever, it's a great console game. I think if you're PC Master Race, I don't know. I haven't played on the PC. I think Doom was made for PC originally, but it just feels good with a controller in the hand. So by all means, if anyone has any thoughts about getting Doom Eternal, absolutely get it. Play Doom 2016 first. There are some story beats you don't want to miss. Trust me. Yeah, you don't want to miss none of them story beats, ladies and gents. I'm gonna try just using like the tip of the knife. Is that sharper than everything else? My goodness, it is sharper than everything else. Why? Why? Whatever. Whatever. This is what we're rolling with. This is what we're going with. Worst part is like I've done this before. I tried to make one armor and it turned out really badly. It didn't fit me. It didn't work. And now we got a second armor here. Now it does fit me. It looks good. It looks fine. And I want these damage holes to be as good, if not better, than the last ones. Like that's the whole point. We want them to look good. But man, is this tough. I hate this knife. I hate this knife. Jeez Louise. I hate to say it, but we probably bought an entire pack that's just terrible. Let's go with this one. This one's never been used before. Let's go with it. This is where we're at right now. These X-Acto knife blades. Bane of my existence. This is what's dooming me right now is these X-Acto knife blades. This is a new one. This is like a butcher looking blade. It looks pretty sick. It's not really a cutter. It's got a fat head, but it's sharp. It's like a George Lopez thing, right? It's got a big head. That's his whole. See, I think the head is too big. All right, different knife. Something that doesn't have a flat edge. It needs to have a curved, not a curved edge, but a slanted edge. Go with this guy. I'm gonna try this knife. These knife blades are killing me right now, causing me so much pain and trouble. Don't know why. Don't know why. Here we are. I kind of want to just go back to the first one. All right. Wow, it's got to be the foam. This foam has just got to be hard to cut, I swear. Higher density or something. Wow, wow. This is miserable. This is like Thanksgiving at your mother-in-law's house miserable. Like this sucks. This is not good. This is bad. I am not loving it. Bum 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 bum. Not loving it. That looks kind of fine. Ugh, jeez, Louise. I'm sorry, Louise. Didn't mean to judge you very hardly there, but this is a terrible, terrible situation we've gotten ourselves into. This guy's not cutting either. But I like the angle I can get with that guy so much more. How is that going to look? Not how I want it to, that's how. Beginning to think I was too harsh on this knife. we're gonna put the first blade back on and hope it acts better than the rest of them. Perhaps I judged you too harshly, to quote Thanos as he talks to Nebula. Wow, I just want to put some puncture holes in this guy, and like this is what it's giving me. This is what it's giving me to work with. Terrible, terrible, terrible stuff. I want to do one big gash like that. That looks cool. All right, now I want to take it out of there. Boom. All right. That should look fine. This knife is getting better. I did judge it. I judged it too harshly. I think I had to just go through the motions and see how other knives were cutting just as poorly before I made fun of this knife. Wow, those are our first 3 holes. That's what they're going to look like. That's the damage. To quote Phil here, that's a lot of damage. All right, cool. This hole, this hole, this hole. Let's get them cut, ladies and gents. Oh boy. All right. Cool. How does that look in compared to the references? Let's check, shall we? See, it's hard to tell. Like it's like a hole. That's what the reference definitely has. It definitely has like a hole. But really, you can't tell much else. And it's like, I guess any hole will do. Let's make it look like the others, I guess. All right. We're kind of cutting in first. Now we're cutting around the edge to add an extra like layer for how it looks. Basically, it kind of looks like a meteor crate. That's what we're going for. That's the effect. That's the effect we want right there, ladies and gents. Why would I not use it? Why would I use the Dremel tool for that? Well, we don't want a clean hole. We want a hole that looks all battle damagey. I don't know. Like, what head would I use for this? Ashley is always like, why don't you use this for that? The metal ruler, that was a pretty good one, I'm not gonna lie. Always though. I don't know. Because like that's kind of how I want it to look, all roughed up like this. I don't want to just go in there and Dremel. And the Dremel is this noise barrier between me and you guys. I want to speak to you. How are you doing? How are the kids? How's life? I want to talk with people. That's why I save work like this for like the live stream, and I save, or at least I try to save stuff where I have to use the Dremel or whatever. But obviously, you're just going for it. Sometimes it calls. That's just the way it is. It's the way it be sometimes. These damage holes look pretty good. Double check our reference we're looking at here and see. Yeah, I think we're good to move on to the other ones. Cool. The longer the icon of sin stays on Earth, the more powerful it becomes. To quote Doom. What's going on? What's up, Tony? We are building the armor for the 1993 classic Doom for old Doom guy here. And we're just kind of putting in some battle damage right now. Just kind of hanging out. Cutting it up. Oh, it's cool. I like the way that one looks. It's not a deep hole. Looks pretty cool though. Looks good. Yeah, metal rulers I get. You're not wrong, Ashley. We're good. Thanks for asking. Hope you're good. I'm good. I'm always staying healthy. I'm like peak health. Come on. I'm 20 something. That's like coronavirus immune right there. I know it's not. That's a joke. I know anyone is susceptible to getting it, but I'm just saying I got a pretty good chance of surviving it if I do. Not that I probably would. I hate that word so much. I've been seeing it. Corona, so dumb. The Kung flu, the invisible enemy, the Chinese virus. Ugh. Tired of hearing about it. Tired of talking about it. Tired of seeing posts about it. You know what? I'm not even mad at the coronavirus anymore. I now hate the Tiger King. That is one thing I absolutely detest. Anytime I see a Tiger King thing, I want to jab my eyes out with this X-Acto knife. That is actually worse than the coronavirus. I'm very happy something now exists in life that is worse than the coronavirus. It's a stupid Tiger King show. Oh my gosh. I want this to be a deeper hole. I think we're gonna make it deeper. I don't want to spark any debates. So I'm just gonna get back to cutting foam here. Doot. This is gonna be a super shallow hole. I don't want it to be deeper. Looking a little shallow. I don't care for it. Don't care for it. Not loving it. Not bum. Not loving it right now. The longer the icon of sin stays on it, the more powerful it becomes. This is gonna look like this is gonna look sweet. I can't wait to cover up some of the sins I'm making on this because they look pretty bad. They're pretty egregious right now. They'll look better here when I, put some epoxy in there, fill it with Plastidip, whatever else. Not having a good time right now. It's a little rough. Looking a little rough, ain't gonna lie. Kind of putting little scratches around it. I don't know how well those will turn out, but we're just gonna put them in there. Yeah, but I like this. I get that the Dremel might be better and more effective, but I like this. This is what I'm enjoying right now. This is what we're going with. Now I'm just kind of adding cuts. This is definitely not part of the reference, but we're adding it. It looks cool. Maybe it won't look cool after we make it. We'll see. Now it's fine. All right, cool. I think we're gonna apply some heat and see how it turns out after just a touch of heat, just a touch. Look at all this stuff everywhere. I'm actually gonna vacuum this up really quick. There's a bunch of little bits. All right, cool. Let's add some heat and see some of the marks we put in. I'm gonna see how they flare out, because depending on how they look, I might add more. We'll see. We shall see. This is gonna kind of compress everything. How does that look? Yeah, I don't love it. I don't really care for it. You can kind of see, not really. It's white and it's getting whited out. There are some marks in there. I'm not in love with this. I'm probably gonna fill that in. I don't like the way it looks. Yeah, I kind of got to look at it head on, maybe judge it a little bit better here. Yeah, I don't like it. Cool. All right, glad we did that. Not gonna add any more, that's for sure. Put it on low, and we're gonna see if we can bring out the line we put in here. See how you can see the line now? See how you can't see it on this other side? You just cut a really shallow line. That's it. That's it. That's the magic. That's the trick. And then the heat gets in there and it kind of separates it. Cool. That's the whole trick. That's what we got. The white stuff or the gray stuff? The lighter material. One is color-wise lighter. One is quite literally not as thick. It's all EVA foam. Either way, all of this is all EVA foam. So floor mat foam, you know, this is just stuff that's sanded down on both sides, smooth all over. Ethylene vinyl acetate, as the nerds like to call it, EVA. Yeah, it's just floor mat foam, you know. Yeah, it's the same kind of foam. Basically, I mean, it's not whatever. It's not made by the same company. This is just random stuff from like Runnings or Menards. This is made from TNT Cosplay. I mean, I imagine it's still the same stuff. Like, it feels the same, relatively so. I mean, like, it's basically the exact same in the way it acts to things, you know? Yeah, I mean, it works together. It sands the same when I glue two pieces together. So, like, it's marketed as EVA foam. They both are, but obviously one is like, it looks different. I think they are structurally like their composite material, however you want to say it, is the exact same. They're both EVA foam. Yeah. Didn't know this was a quiz. Didn't know I was going to get quizzed. Anyways, we're going to look at the back here. We're going to see how we want to do the back since the chest is done. I'm going to put that there. The armor doesn't really stand up on its own. It's not really supposed to. It doesn't really matter, but it do be it's a little annoying. It's a little annoying. We're going to cut some registration marks here in the back pattern, the pattern we use to get this back piece. And we're just going to go ahead and cut where the little nub things are going to be, so that way we don't put damage over them. I don't think in the reference there is damage near the little nub things, but we'll see. So there's some pretty sick damage. We're going to go ahead. Let's draw that out here. I'm digging how that looks. He's got a big puncture hole right about here, which is just awesome. And then another like pretty big one right there, except it's more going this way. So let's make it this one. Cool. And then he kind of has, and this isn't really like a hole, it's more of like a chip. And it kind of looks something like that. That's not there. I don't want that. And there's another chip kind of like right here. It kind of goes in rounded like this, but this side is flat. And then there is some damage here, which we're just going to kind of just draw that out, and we're just going to totally take it out later. And then kind of a bigger bit there. Yeah, and then he kind of just has a bunch of smattering of like punctures. He has puncture smatterings here. So we're just going to do a circle with an X. Then he kind of has like puncture smatterings here, circle with an X, to puncture smatter, which is just me going in with a knife like this, quite literally, and then I'm going to heat it up to take some of it out. And then he sort of has, one side is going to have some like really noticeable damage, but that's kind of how it looks in this reference. Kind of puncture smatterings all over, really. Wow. And then there's going to be kind of more of a dent. And it looks just kind of like a dent like that. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Neat. That's what we're doing. That's how it's going to look. See, now I just got rid of the reference, so I'm just going to pull it right back up again. Cool, 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 cool. Those holes are pretty deep. That's what I need. That's what I wanted to check. Stupid armor. Sharpen the knife really quick. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Hole number 1. I could be using a Dremel for this apparently, but I'm not going to. Sorry. What a petty man. Womp. Oh, that looks pretty sweet. Looks pretty cool the way it is right there. Gonna add the edging around it. That is cool. That looks cool. Bam. Marker lines. Once it's sealed, none of the marker lines should come through. The entire piece right now, I can't put paint on it. I cover it and plasted it first, which is this kind of like liquid rubber thing. So yeah, Sharpie lines don't really matter. You can draw about as much as you want on foam, and then when it's sealed, and you won't see any Sharpie lines coming through, because then it has a rubber coating and then a paint coating when you eventually paint it. So the Sharpie lines won't be much of a factor. No, his armor's green, so it's definitely getting painted. It's going to look very ovalish, isn't it? Incoming! That's my phone. Don't freak out. Womp. It's going to look very ovalish. 100%. Let's look at it. Yeah, it's not supposed to look that ovalish. That's okay. No. Be like that sometimes. All right. This isn't going to be like a competition piece anyway, so I'm not too worried about. I want it to look accurate, whatever. That's what cosplayers want to do. It's the whole point of cosplaying. You want to make it look good. You want to be as close to the thing as possible, or at least that's what I like to do. But no one's going to notice that this one puncture hole looks a little too ovally, you know. No one's going to no one's going to care. Ashley might care, but I don't care. If she was a cosplay judge, she'd be like, "You used an X-Acto knife for these, huh? Probably could use the Dremel. Save yourself some time." That looks pretty good. I see in your reference photos you drew all over it with Sharpie. It's a good thing you covered those marker lines. All right. Ooh, double checking the reference. Cool, cool. So like this guy. This has a specific shape. So we're gonna try to get a specific shape out of it, sort of. That's okay, looks pretty good. This dent. Yeah, that's true. I am easy to bug. That's pretty true. Boom, I'm just gonna punch holes. Bam, 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 bam. Kind of randomly. Bam, 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 bam. Because that's kind of how it looks on this armor. Bam, bam, bam. That turned out pretty well. It's kind of exactly how I want that one to look. Very cool. This we will use a Dremel for on this one. That's kind of exactly how we want these to look. Doing pretty good. Neat, neat, looks neat. I can dig it. I can dig it. That's pretty cool. Looks cool. This guy is supposed to have little puncture holes. Just gonna kind of put them a little bit everywhere. And this is like a heavy spot, basically. Is that what I said this was? This is where I noticed like a ton. I can't do a pattern. I got to make it random. I about did like a circle there. It's got to look random. No demon is shooting an exact circle. Well, I guess I did just make a bunch of circle punctures. Those are like bullets. You can kind of see that there's some damage there, but when the heat brings it out, it's going to look really cool. Next up, we're going to womp. That's the wrong cord. I'm going to do this. This is purely because this piece actually looks like it should be Dremeled. So we're going to Dremel something out really quickly here. Just because it's more of a groove. It's less of like a cut, and it's more like a groove sort of deal. So like that's where that guy is going to be. Now we're going to go use that heat gun and bring out the beauty marks here. Let's go ahead and double check that reference image though. That reference image is just getting double checked up the wazoo tonight. Bop, 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 bop. Because that's the way it should look. Bop, 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 bop. It's pretty random. That's okay. That's how it should look. I'm going to hate if I hate the way these look because it's going to be a lot of work to fix. No, that looks fine. If it looks accurate, it looks fine. That's all that matters. Kind of can't see where all the ones on this side are. Some of them are pretty hidden. Can sort of tell. Can sort of not really tell. Do we do that? Can you tell? No, you can't. If we do that, you can sort of tell. That's sort of what they look like. That's sort of what they're going to look like. Well, neat. Very cool. We spent like 50 minutes chunking into our armor here. I think that's some legit looking damage. Looking solid. Looking good. So we're going to go ahead and call it there. We're going to do the shoulders, but we've already been doing this for like 52 minutes. And I kind of want to go to sleep. So thank you to everyone that tuned in. Love doing this. Love it when people are in the chat. My monotone voice might seem like I don't love it when people are in the chat, but I do. I do this so I can talk to someone. As incredibly lonely as that sounds, it's true. So yeah, thanks everybody who stopped in. Got some good battle damage. It's probably gonna be done. So the next thing we make is not gonna be the armor. It's probably still gonna be Doom related. I love all his weapons and guns and stuff. So I'm probably gonna go through and try to make a bunch of his arsenal. Not all of it. Goodness gracious, no, not all of it. But some of them. So just like some cool props I'd want to carry around. His crucible, his little arm blade thing, the super shotgun, stuff like that will probably eventually get made here on the old live in the prop shop. Without further ado, thank you so much everyone that came out. Everybody have a good one. Wash your hands. Hasta la vista, baby.